When we last left you, we were with Becky and Donnie and John and Debbie in Dyersville, Iowa. Bye, guys.
Love you. Love you. There goes our friends. It's kind of sad.
Now we've driven about 6 hours and we're at Maumee Bay State Park outside of Toledo, Ohio. And this is a beautiful place. It's going to be a place where we rest a little bit and we'll show you around a little, but this is going to be our resting 3 nights here. So far, it's a perfect place for our little Ekko. Maggie, what you think? Pretty cool campground that we're at here. We set the room up. We'll share a little bit of information about this park with you and show you around as we walk around this morning with Maggie. But as I look at the roof, did notice something this morning. The air conditioner's on because it's a little muggy. There was a bird up there on some of the water that's collecting, taking a little bird bath. Now I need to look up there and see if there's a puddle and if there's a potential for it to leak, because that was one of the recalls for the Winnebago Ekko. But it's not about that today. It's about enjoying this beautiful area here in Ohio. We're at the Maumee Bay State Park in between Cleveland and Toledo. And each one of these campsites is, well, it's awesome. It's paved, it's level. There's not water at your site, there's no dump at your site, but there is 50 and 30 amp electricity, and there's quite a bit of separation. Really well designed. I've noticed as we've been walking around that there are some sites here that have full hookup, water and a dump, and also have 50 amp electricity. Ours does not, but we don't care. Well, along with all the things you normally can do when you go camping, there's a lot to do here that's a little unusual. The most, maybe an 18-hole Scottish-style golf course that's inside of this state park. Also, if you come in the wintertime, there's cross-country skiing and those kind of things, so yeah, that's pretty cool. It's situated on Lake Erie. It's known for being a fishing capital for walleye. And it's also known for hunting, so if that's something you like to do, this is a good place to come. And if 1,300 acres is not enough for you, there's also a really big lodge and a conference center. This thing has a little bit of everything, and it's pretty cool to be right here on Lake Erie. And Maggie would tell you there's a lot of grass to smell of, a lot of messages from a lot of dogs at all these campsites. And Maggie, we're gonna keep walking around. Okay, leave your message, let's go. Okay.
All right, spread it out.
You know how you can go to some campgrounds and there are maybe 1 or 2 loops and everything's really stuck together? Not only are these campsites spread out so that you have some peace and quiet, each one of these loops only has a few campsites in it, and they're really spread out all over this 1,300 acres. So you'll see them everywhere here, and it leads to a very quiet and peaceful experience. I've been known to say all roads lead to adventure, and maybe they do, but they don't always lead back to your campsite. We got off the trail, took the road, and now we're headed back to the loop that our campsite is on. And we're finding all kind of reasons to stop and to look around.
What are you doing on the roof?
One of the big solar panels was disconnected. I don't know if maybe I hit a tree limb, or it's always been like that, but I noticed that this morning when the bird was up there taking a bird bath. So I just climbed up there and plugged it back in. Should be using 3 solar panels now instead of just 2. Well, even when you're on the road, you have to change your contacts out. So we woke up this morning without those in, wearing glasses for a little bit. Last night, pretty big storm that came through here. Lots of damage in the Chicago area, and we're not sure if there was damage here or not. But this morning, it's a little cooler, and we're out, well, doing what we do in the morning, walking Maggie. We're gonna walk up to the office and check into our next site, which happens to be this very same site, but we added one more day. What a trip so far. Find you a stick, Maggie. Is it a good stick? Who needs toys? Who needs toys, huh? Last night as we were walking around, we met Wayne and Mary, who also have an Ekko. And we got to spend a little bit of time with them, but it started that storm, so they rushed back to their Ekko. Today we're gonna walk over and talk to them a little bit more. It's our first time that we've met someone with an Ekko while we're on the road, and they've got a really cool, inexpensive way of storing their bikes in their garage, and I'm really interested about that. Look, Maggie, it's Wayne and Mary.
Out in the wild.
Yeah, out in the
It's our
wild.
very first Ekko sighting since we purchased an Ekko.
Yeah.
It's cool.
I remember the first time we saw one on the highway. It's like, look at that.
That's what we look like.
So what did you get? You guys had a Sprinter before, right?
Yeah, we had a Thor Tranquility.
And you liked the Ekko just a little bit more?
Oh, much more. We do.
Cool. Is your back unlocked? I want to see your bike
Yeah,
area.
it is.
Okay, so here's how they have their bikes in there. Inexpensive, but rain gutters, that's an awesome idea.
You know, one wheel at a time kind of thing. Slide it in.
So you keep
You
the
fold the handlebars down.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, you have to do that.
Awesome, guys. That's just
Oh,
That
I would
is
do
awesome.
it. $6.66 at Home Depot. That's the kind of fix I like.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
But
it really,
it
for
makes
real.
the swing system makes it a lot nicer, except that now with all the stuff for the kids, it looks crowded again.
Yeah,
but,
well,
but he's got it really nice, and
we're
it just
always
slides
thinking
right.
of trying to get him out of our house.
Awesome. This is really
Lynn and I have been
awesome.
debating as to whether we want to get Starlink. And right now, having T-Mobile and Verizon, we don't have a lot of trouble, but there are places you go where Starlink's not going to work out in the middle of the woods, but I imagine it would work pretty well here. And you know, we're thinking about it, but these guys have a really cool little Starlink set up.
Yeah, it's important that you can put the Starlink up while you're on the ground, not having to climb up the ladder. So this works really well.
That is
Slide
awesome.
it up and in, and then it's got some bolts that
a set
prevent it from
screw.
twisting. And
Wow.
yeah.
Okay,
what's
so
the thing at the top? Is that something you can just get anywhere?
Oh, this is an Amazon deal. This
Okay.
whole system.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I've never seen like one.
so these guys did not get the outdoor kitchen like we did, but you use this. You said this is pretty much your primary storage,
This is
right?
one of them.
Wow.
One of your biggest
So you have
storage
all
areas.
your extra.
Oh yeah, you've got a
water.
shelf
We've
going
got our
across.
extra water
Oh wow,
stuff
that's
like
then it just you just cut it to fit and it
Yeah,
just fits
exactly.
across.
Just there's a ledge all the way around
Man,
that.
oh man,
It sits right there. It's perfect.
that is awesome.
Yeah.
That is really cool.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff you could put in there. So you guys planning on staying out until Christmas?
Yeah, that's right.
That's my favorite mug, and I'm a Christmas Eve birthday, and so it
Okay.
just stays out with me.
Good thing, Mary.
Yeah, that's the
That's
main thing.
okay.
It fits everything.
It is. Oh, look at that.
See?
Yeah. We tell you all the time, it's the folks that we get to meet when we're out traveling. It was a joy to meet Wayne and Mary. See you down the road again, guys. This is a really cool little site. It's been so peaceful and quiet. We like it so much. Instead of heading somewhere else today, on our last day before we head to the wedding, we booked another night here. So we're gonna go check out the park, maybe go over to Lake Erie, spend a little bit of time exploring, and then come back here, hunker down for another night here in Ohio. Maumee Bay State Park. If you're in the area, they really, really, really take care of this place.
It's a beaut, Clark.
Well, let's go explore, but I hope our next campsite's as good as this one.
It's the same campsite. We did book an extra night, but he booked the exact same campsite. So, but we did have to pack up everything probably because they'll come and clean it.
Yeah, and we don't want anybody to take our stuff because we are officially checking out.
Right.
As our buddy Chris would say, adventure
Is afoot. Bye, guys. Nice meeting you.
First stop, we're going to go out to the beach on Lake Erie.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life.
This state park has one big lake, Lake Erie, but lots and lots of small freshwater ponds and lakes. Gives you a lot to do and a lot of places to walk, especially if you like cooler weather and hiking.
You and I, we got it. We don't need no more. Even in the hard times, you and I can weather any storm.
Yep, we're having to do this one without Maggie. Air conditioner's running, set to 70 degrees, 100% on the battery, and she'll be okay.
Today we're going to take a little hike on the Maumee Bay Boardwalk Trail. It's about 2.3 miles. Should take us about 40 minutes. Let's show you what it looks like.
It's a boardwalk.
It is the boardwalk.
You know why they call it a boardwalk? Because these are boards.
And you walk on it.
That's right. You've got such a smart husband. This boardwalk's built over the wetlands here. It's extremely important to the ecosystem for lots of birds and animals.
Before I sleep, hear the crickets, see the moon. Side by side and through. No limit to what we can do. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. You and I, we got it. We don't need no more. Even in the hard times, you and I can weather any storm.
Definitely a lot more grown ups through here.
You and I, we got it. We don't need no more. Even in the hard times, you and I can weather any storm.
So what do you think of the hike so far?
I love it. Off in the distance here, well, not very much in the distance, Lake Erie. Wayne and I were talking about that. Lake Erie is one of the world's largest bodies of fresh water. And as many lakes are experiencing, it's really low, so there are a lot of dangers. So we can't go out in it, not that we may anyway, but so it's a great hike. It would be wise to do it on a day when it's in the 70s like it is today, because if we'd done it yesterday when it was in the mid 80s, that would have been,
Yeah, it wouldn't have been as
it wouldn't have been
pleasant.
as enjoyable.
I'm not sure that I would consider this a hike. as much as just a stroll on a boardwalk because it's pretty flat and there's no incline or terrain change or anything. So, but it is a nice little stroll through the marshland, and it is all boardwalk because a lot of times, you know, you'll walk part on the boardwalk and part on the ground. This is totally boardwalk, so I bet it took a long time for them to build this thing. Buttons on them.
This trip we brought what Maggie calls Lammy, her little green lamb she got for her birthday many years ago. It has very little stuffing left, but it's one of the things every time we come home from going to town or anything else when we're home, she always runs and gets that. When it's time for a walk, she always runs and gets that. So what we learned from doing a little reading is that's the toy that makes her feel comfortable. What? So we brought it with us this time, and sure enough, we come back from a walk and she's up here snuggling with Lammy. So did you get a treat for being a good girl? You did. A little piece of chicken. You good for you, good for you.
We had a couple of really good walks. I think it's time to go back, check into our campsite.
Relax for a little bit.
Relax a little bit, maybe cook some dinner.
Tonight for dinner, we're going to have New York strip outside on the outside kitchen. But to make it just a little bit better, we're going to marinate it for a while.
Look at that. It's got a baggie with it.
I know, it's pretty cool.
I asked him if he wanted a baggie, and he said no. This is like all in one.
All in one. I am married to a don't touch meat and then touch anything else lady. And I guess that's okay. I always used to just wash my hands when I finish doing things, but maybe Lynn thinks it's better to use a fork. What I've learned from being together for about 25 years is usually she's right.
I guess we just both have our own ways of doing things.
And my way is your way now, pretty much. When it comes to food, I can't go wrong by doing it her way. That's pretty cool right there. I don't care who you are. Zip it, let it stay in this bag for 2 hours in the refrigerator, and you're ready to go. And guess what? I've got an outdoor refrigerator, so I'll just go ahead and put it in that refrigerator now. Get it out when it's time to cook. Put it in the outdoor fridge, close it up. Back to insulating the overhead cab area. If you've watched James's last video from the Fit RV, then you know that he determined that most of the noise is coming from that front cab, over cab area. I bought some stuff to put in here to make it a little quieter, and I'm going to tape some more in that over cab area. And I'll show you when I get finished what it looks like. And I doubt it makes very much difference, but we're at least trying it.
So this is what we do when we camp. No one tries to fix things.
That's right. I mean, we're in here, we may as well fix things. Be better if I turned on some lights.
Might help you.
Can't really see.
Let's see. What have you done so far?
One little piece.
That's pretty good. It looks good in there.
Yeah, it's good.
Something you don't see every day is the man outside directing the woman into backing into their site. Go get it. Got a sweet setup too. They got a little car 2 kayaks on the back and 2 bikes on the back of the car. 2 hours later.
One cabinet done. It is going to be a little less noisy, but I don't know if it's worth it or not.
Until we try it.
Anything you put on there has got to make a little bit of a difference, but here's what it looks like. Don't laugh too hard.
It's shiny.
It's shiny, ain't it, baby? It's in there. All the little holes are covered. And now my plan is to stuff this full of a bunch of crap so you can't really see what I did. So that really works out well.
So what's all this right here?
Those are all my spare parts and trash and all the. I picked up after myself and got up all the little scrap
That's awesome
parts.
because it looks a lot different when I came in here a few minutes ago.
It looked like a tornado went through here. I knew I'd never live that down. So
I kind of left him at it just so he could do what he wanted to do. I did offer to help, but you know,
it's all right.
you know how that is.
Yeah, there's not enough room up here to do that, so I don't know. Maybe it'll make some difference. We'll see. Please don't get rid of the Blackstone griddle. A number of you have reached out to make sure that I'm not going to do that, saying that you've purchased those things because you've seen me cooking in the Revel and the Travado. Well, we're not going to get rid of it. But for this trip, we didn't have a lot of days that we were going to be out here camping like this, so we only brought the outside kitchen. But I am going to try something new tonight. We have a cast iron skillet that goes over top that will allow me to both grill meat and to cook pancakes and other things. And it fits perfectly over the outside kitchen area. Bought it at Walmart brand, but it looks pretty cool. So that's what we're going to be cooking on today. Oh man, oh man, oh wow.
You like the marinade?
I love the marinade. It's kind of spicy. It tastes like mesquite wood. I know you guys want me to bring the Blackstone with us, and I guess we will, but for now, that is so convenient.
Let's see your happy dance.
Do your happy dance. Do your happy dance. When you're out camping like this, cooking is one of the best parts of being out here. And when you cook, no matter what you do your happy dance and enjoy life and enjoy the food you're cooking and the people you're with. That was a happy dance meal. See you around the outdoor kitchen later. See you. Let's see if this is Maggie approved. Good? It's daddy finger looking good, isn't it? Ah.
And the verdict is, did it come clean?
It came pretty clean. I think it's okay. I just need to put some spray on it and let it sit on it and then put it up. I think it's good to go. It's cleaned and it's been seasoned, and I put it in a fresh garbage bag to cover it up to keep anything off of that. And it rides right underneath the cooler for the outdoor kitchen. Now, where do I put the hose for the propane? I get these little bendable twisties at Lowe's, roll it up, in it goes. I have the bag. You may have seen this in the back of our other box that we had on our Revel. We keep our lighter, knife, we have a shovel, we have fresh water that we can put in for gravity feel. We have some spray, other things in there, a saw to use if we need to cut wood. We also have the shovel hanging down here. We keep one of our hammocks here. We keep both of Maggie's little leash things here, and we keep an axe hanging on this one little area. And when I close it, Well, it's all out of sight, but it's easy to get to whenever I need it. There may be an easier way to carry things around like that, but in my mind, I think Winnebago knocked this out of the park. Having one of these on both sides means I can keep things I need for this side of the van over here. And then over there on the other side, well, there's another one, and I can keep things I need for water and electricity and other things I do over there on that side. And opens up, easy to get to. Easy peasy, just like tonight's meal. Maumee Bay State Park.
We've had a great stay here in this Ohio State Park.
It's good to get back to staying in another state park like this.
And we hope you liked it because we're heading to another Ohio State Park.
For our nephew's wedding. We'll take you with us, and until then,
Happy trails.